will started from generative AI itself. Actually, the AI is very broad term. AI is nothing but artificial intelligence. When we go depth in the definition or understanding, what do I mean by the intelligence? Intelligence is nothing but which has process, which has memory, and which has reactions, fastly reactions. That is nothing but intelligence. Suppose any student in a school are writing paper with help of memory fastly, cleanly, we say that it is intelligent. Or if anyone has to be not writing a paper within that particular time period, we say it is not a good in that level of academic. So that is the normal definition of intelligence. Still programming, we using ERPs, we are storing the information and we can process on it. We can bifurcation like SAP. SAP is ERP. It is only different types of modules that save data, like data warehouse. I think someone is working in data center. They are storing data, processing on that data. That thing is enough. But in AI, we are creating such type of intelligence which is not a natural, which is artificial, and which like a human or greater than man. That is, we can say that artificial intelligence means we create a such type of intelligence systems which do process fast, perfectly, and within a time frame. So that is normally we can define about AI. But from last 5 years, the new concept has to be came in the market. AI is very long period of time in the market. Means we can say that before 20 years, AI is there. The people are reading some about AI and data science and all these things. But mainly AI has to be become or familiar with the each and every person from each and every industry when generative AI has to become in a normal language when ChatGPT has to become. So, what is a generative AI? Generative AI is nothing but which create a new content, which may be text, which may be image, which may be code, which may be music or anything. In a generic language, we can say that we can create image, text, audio, video. That is a four data types in a normal industry. Okay. So it is creating new thing, but using original. Means how it is a possible? It is possible. We can take example of ChatGPT. ChatGPT has lots of data taking from different sources, from internet, from GitHub, from different data centers. And whenever if anything is asking query to ChatGPT, ChatGPT is giving answers like he has generate data itself and present it in front of that user. Means Google, we can compare the Google and ChatGPT. The Google are giving links, it is a search engine, and ChatGPT is giving whole information, whatever we want, or as per the prompting we are providing. And there is no link and all these things. It has to be giving information like he has to be generated and actually is generated as per instructions giving and as per the data provided. So ChatGPT is normal common name or LLM to go in the common man in the whole world. Now generative AI is not only LLM or not only ChatGPT. Generative AI is one concept where we can create new data, which may be video, which may be audio, which may be image, or which may be text. Now, the chat GPT is only focusing on text and images. which I think ChatGPT I have not tried even still date, not a create a video. But when we create a such type of system, we can create a video also on a same or video on generative AI. Generative AI is a generic term. Now, the technical term is LLM, large language model. What exactly in large language model? Large language model, it has one transformers or collection of transformers. The transformers are creating using deep learning technology, which is similar to the human brain. And after collection of this transformer, we can create one LLM. That LLM is ChatGPT, Gemini, as well as Copilot. Likewise, that LLM we can create, and then LLM can be work like communication with the human, like a human. Suppose you experience is that in lots of companies are taking leverage of this generative AI for support and all this thing. We are chatting with system, but our feel is not like that. Our feel is we are chat with the friends or we chat with the employee. So that is actually leverage of the technology and leverage of generative AI. So what exactly we will go detail in the same. The next steps of generative AI is agent or agentic AI. So what is an agent? Agent is nothing but one entity. In that entity, we can create one human type or task type of entity, which has one LLM is there. There is some instructions, some tools, and in that we define one specific task for that agent. And then collection of agent will become an agentic system. And then automation has to be going on. I will give one example, real-time problem which I have solved. Then automated creative knowledge tasks, then accelerate innovations across the industry. Why generative AI has to be important? Boosting productivity as well as it has to be assist to getting information, updated information, creating well industry level deck or documents for different proposals. No need to the micro checking on that because LLM has to be that level of accuracy. Means we are getting some confidence in that same. So as I have said, the before generative AI means traditional AI and generative AI. How we can make differentiation? So before that, we have only classifications, predictions, and pattern recognition. In classification, we can detect or make a classification, yes or no, or if there is 4 5 classes, we can choose one of the class. Prediction, we are giving some prediction about sale, prediction about rate of interest, or prediction about gold rate. Likewise, that means numerical form. And in pattern recognition, we can find some insights among that data. But in generative AI, it's create a new data using existing data. Remember that thing. Creating is there is no magic. There is two transformer is there or two engine is there. The name of engine is generator and discriminator. The generator is generate new data and discriminator are check if data is to be new or from existing one. Listen carefully. Until and unless generator are not generating new data, discriminator are not pass it to the front end. So this types of engine is there in insights. We have to use of that tools only. That is a researcher work how to build a transformer and all these things. So, but just for understanding purpose, how actually it is a work, I would like to explain that to you. Now, here is text generation, email blocks, chatbot, virtual assistants, image, video generation, drug discovery, code generation, data augmentation, supporting staff in medical industry. Even we can use anywhere, because see, when technology innovation is there, we have to focus for some application. But people are very smart. They are taking lots of leverage from that tools. We can take example of Facebook. Facebook, it is for only for making friends and making networking. But using Facebook, people can be do anything. So it is depend on the society how we can take leverage of that tool. But in this, we will go still that make a automation. I will explain how we can automate and all this thing. Then you can fix it for your or fit it in your application. So how it make automation? There are three, four ways or protocols for application, like sequential process, hierarchical process, or hybrid process, and creating agents like one agent for specific tasks, second agent for second task, third agent for third task, and sequential can be do. I would like to give one example. Suppose one publication company is there and they are publishing articles, technical articles daily, or we can say that monthly. And they are came to the technology team and say that we have to take leverage of generative AI or agentic AI. So the engineers, AI engineers give solutions. They are making whole system automatically, or we can say that automation in the system. I will explain how. They created three agent. One agent for generating articles or generating data. Second agent is for summarize of that articles, which is written by first one. And third agent is giving a perfect industry level title of that article. Means article is created with industry level title, summary, and full article. And this agentic system are creating unlimited articles. There is no limitations for generation of articles. If we are using human being, how many articles can be written within day? They are demanding high pay or word-based price is there. Means 50 paisa per word or 1 rupees per word, likewise that. Because I have solved this, that's why I know something about this. Because the stakeholder are sharing this information with us when they want to do automation on the same. Means the writer job is no right now. We can write articles in any language and do all the process with same. So we can say that there is no jobs for articles in the next few days, because the people are not aware, but some are taking advantages of it. Even you can see, or you can feel, the entertainment industry are taking lots of leverage of generative AI. Lots of videos is generated by generative AI right now. In some days, or even in future some days, we will see the movie which is generated by generative AI. There is no need to the physical actor and actresses for doing the performance on drama and all this thing. So in ChatGPT, there is a window and can ask the questions, they can generate the answer. It is for common user, but whenever we have to use services of such type of LLMs, and in ChatGPT also there are lots of LLM for
Mhm.
specific services. From coding, there is different. For writing or documentation, there is different model. Then we can take API for that models and use.
For example, if I ask ChatGPT, okay, just I need a code for XYZ scenario.
Hmm?
So immediately it will give the response, right? Then can you tell me how create the response very quickly?
Yes. I would like to explain that thing. See, the chat GPT or LLMs, they are not a magic. They are a program or code. First, we have to understand how we can communicate with them, like prompting. Prompting is very important part because prompting is instructions which we are giving to the that models. And as per that instructions or prompting, it is a work. So main thing is that we have to understand or we have to literate about prompting. Second thing is that whatever the response, it may be coding and literature or other thing generated by LLM, we should have to some testing phase because it is a machine, not a human. Also made mistakes. Even machine has also made some mistake. Whenever token generations, we can say that 100% corrected, but 99% or 99 time it is good generated code or text. Actually, in a real time, this level of deep knowledge is not required. How? Because we have that knowledge because we are go depth in the same, and I have to given to you for a literative. But when we have to working with agentic AI tool or with help of chat GPT or for different rack system, GAN system, so we are taking API from service provider integrated with Python coding somehow, and then make a system about it. Now this GAN is a create realistic data, autocoder, learn data representation, and transformer, which we already discussed in the before 2-3 minutes. So I think GAN is not more popular word still a date, but RAG is more popular as compared to GAN. So RAG is, we can say that it is retrieval argument generation, and GAN is creating new data. I would like to explain one simple example. Suppose we have to create a new fashion designing for a human costume. So we can create with help of GAN. We can giving the previous design to that model, and the GAN will be generate new design using the previous design. So LLM, we can say that it is deep learning models of understanding and generating human language. And why we this that large language model? Because it's basically understand the patterns about language, different language grammars, different language insights, the synonyms, and that develops. An example is ChatGPT and Llama. Llama is Meta product and ChatGPT is OpenAI. So how LLM can be used? LLM has to be generate content or content relevant text. As I explained, we can use LLM for generating article, generating story, generating poems. Even you can ask to the chat GPT, please write a poem on your name. The chat GPT will be create some line of poem also. Because what is the task of that LLM? Take a data from user, take a instructions, and generate a data as per that instruction, and whatever the data he has known or trained at the training time. Then types of LLM encoder, decoder, encoder, decoder both. LLM industries like conversational AI, RAG, we can say means chatbot, automated content creations, which I already discussed real time on example, code generation, legal, financial, and research assistance. Means this is a limited applications domain I have given here, but LLM and agentic AI we will be used anyway. So some pre-training is also required, or we have that facility. We can train a data or train a large language model on specific data itself. We can pruning means unnecessary part we can remove from the model and only use that particular model with particular data set for particular enterprise. Suppose any industry or any company want to create a chatbot for that specific organization itself. So you can give training about whatever the documents or whatever the data, then particular LLM will be learn that data and give the answers on questions on data itself. Other cannot use or other has not application for this particular LLM after training. So foundation and fine tune. Foundation is nothing but general capabilities and fine tune is nothing but we can create that LLM for specific task which can be help for specific industry, specific organization. So open source and commercial. Open source is nothing but we can take it from different resources. There is no charge on the same. And commercial here we have to take some subscriptions and then integration with our existing system and use. So open source and commercial, that two parts we can say in that LLM. Then what is challenges LLM are facing? Like hallucination means giving wrong answers, bias, explainability, and need of guidelines. Just I have exam means explain. We need to learn how we have to give proper prompting whenever we are communicate with the that LLM model or chat GPT. Explanacity, it has to be some models are explained very shortly, some models are giving unnecessary explanation. So that is also problem we are facing right now. And bias is we can say that difference in updated and old information. It maybe take old information and present in front of user. And hallucination is has to be we can say that it giving wrong information and or wrong answers about the questions. But all that limitations or challenge we can solve with help of fine tune training, and then we can creating good LLM with application. So what is the future of generative AI? So efficiency, safety improvement, enterprise automation, multimodal modules, and AI ethics growth. Just this is technically explained here. I am hearing future of generative AI, but really the generative AI will be used anywhere in the world for any domain because that level of automation or that level of flexibility he has to be holding. I will give one example. One travel agency has to be means discuss with us and tell us we have to do automation. We have to create a such single page application where if any person has to be go to the destination within that single page or single click they can do all things. I would like to explain this project. This is one application where we have to giving information like our details means name, primary details, secondary details, which is required for creating a database or creating as a traveler with our food interest as well as travel mode interest, or it has to be mean primary, secondary, optional, that level of travel mode and all this thing. Whenever we are selecting destination place, this AI automation will be do automatic booking of flight, automatic booking of hotels. It give the specific information about destination places. It give all the information, even security, emergency numbers, hospital numbers, police station numbers around that particular area, and can using that single page we can make our journey it very easy with no any extra headache on a sim. So that level of automation has to be creating with help of agentic AI.